With surrogacy, we are designing children from the outset to be motherless or fatherless. We are intentionally depriving them of what they are supposed to have. You know, it's true that some children grow up with one arm or no arms, but that obviously doesn't make it any more horrific or any less horrific or barbaric to intentionally chop a child's arm off. You know, the fact that some children end up that way, yes, but a child is supposed to have two arms at birth. And to intentionally design a child to only have one, we would all agree it's like mad scientist horror. But this is essentially what we're doing with commercial surrogacy. And only it's worse because it's far better for a child to be raised lacking one of his arms than to be raised lacking one of his parents. And that's why I will never applaud and cheer when we get these birth announcements from gay couples, because I'm more concerned about what the child needs than what those men want.
Let me ask you, right? Have you ever said something that immediately after saying it, you then realize that, oh, this is wrong, or, oh, I messed up? That means immediately as you said it and you heard the sound of it, you are like, oh, no, this is totally wrong. This is exactly what I hope Matt Walsh would have realized when he said this. Let me just back out for a second, right? I followed Matt Walsh. I listened to what he says, and sometimes I enjoy watching his podcast or his shows. I really enjoyed it. And then sometimes he will go out there and say something that will make you wonder what is really wrong with him. It's like, is this guy okay or not? Because how will anyone with their clear mindset compare somebody being born with one arm and same-sex parent or a gay parent? Like, how can you make a comparison between gay people having children and somebody being born with a disability? Remember, being born with one arm is a disability, right? I don't know if he realizes that or not. This is so crazy. This is it's just so crazy. It's strange when people say stuff like that. You know, this is so crazy. But anyway, let's listen a little bit of what he had to say, and then we shall react to it.
Okay, so to review, a surrogate contractually signs her uterus over to a third party. That third party can contractually require her to kill the child in her womb. The third party controls what she says about her pregnancy. They control what she buys with the allowance that she's given. And then when the 9 months are up, she delivers the child and hands him over to the third party, never to see him again. The contract has been fulfilled. Now, if you hear all of that, how human bodies are rented for money, babies are exchanged as part of contractual agreements, and you think to yourself, wow, that sounds an awful lot like human trafficking. Well, that just means you're more perceptive than the average moderate conservative who is always on hand to wish a hearty congratulations to gay couples who engage in this trafficking. Because it is indeed human trafficking by definition. The end result is that a child is immediately torn away from the woman who birthed him and raised intentionally motherless or fatherless, as the case may be. The child will be deprived of what he needs, which is both a mother and a father, so that the gay couple can get what they want. This is the essence of the whole practice, exchanging the needs of the child for the wants of grown adults.
This guy couldn't be so wrong. I know that gay people use surrogacy, right? But it's not just gay people who use surrogacy. Even heterosexuals can still use it. People who cannot put to birth on their own still use surrogacy. So I don't understand why he would just associate the whole thing to gay parents or gay people. There's something I realized about most, especially religious fundamentalists, right? Those people pick a particular thing and then associate it to the people they really do not like. Like, they will say there are more trans people than they used to be. Or they will say gay people are corrupting our society, or we don't want them in our society because it's not the normal way of living. My fellow African brothers and sisters in Africa would say we don't want them around us because they are destroying the foundation of our our society, our traditions. They are disrupting the smooth functioning of the family. That's what they will say. And then if you ask them, what about divorced people? What about unmarried people, people who gave birth without being married? Are those people disrupting the smooth functioning of society? They'll be like, no, that one is understandable. We understand those ones. But when it comes to same sex, no one is willing to understand anything. Like this is an area that no one think that any understanding can be brought to bear in this area. People like Matt Walsh are the one championing this kind of a mindset. They are the ones. Like he will say that surrogacy is a thing for gay couples, and that gay couples want a child, while a child needs both parents. When it comes to the gay couples, he uses want. When it comes to the child, he uses need. You see the way he frames everything, right? That maybe the gay couples just want a child to feel happy with themselves, They do not really need it. They just want it so that they can feel great about themselves. Why a child needs both parents. Not one both parents, need both parents, because it is supposed to be that way. A child is supposed to have both parents. That is just it. Why gay couples really do not need to have a child. They just mainly want a child. It's so strange. And a lot of people will agree with what he says. A lot of people agree with what he says. Now, like I've always said, right? We are at liberty to like or hate whatever we like or hate. My only problem is when someone goes out there hurting other people. That's my only problem. So if you like someone or hate them, to me, it doesn't really matter. Do not hurt them, because most of the time, what you like or hate about them doesn't really influence their life in any way. So your liking or your hating does not really mean anything to them. It's totally immaterial to them. But when people frame stuff like this, that a child will rather be born, or it will be better. It will be better for a child to be born with one arm than to be born from a same-sex couple. What kind of information is that person passing out there? And let me just put this out to you. Let me just ask you this, since we are on this subject. Correct me in the or reply me in the comment section. If you were to choose, really, if you were to choose, would you rather be born with one arm? Would you rather be born disabled than to be born from a gay couple? Would you? Would you rather live with a disability than live without a parent? And one more thing. What is your take on Matt Walsh and some of the things he says on his show about same-sex people? Do you think that he has a personal vendetta against same-sex people, or he's just trying to educate the world? Let us know in the comment section below, because like always, we love hearing what you have to say. Please kindly like this video, share the video, subscribe to this channel, and like always, see you in the next one.